Everybody's just angry. Everybody just needs to take a Midol and shit and chill the fuck out.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Well, yeah. The world's in constant turmoil and crazy, but and I've been like angry before. I understand anger. I relate with it. But you know, you can diffuse it and be that joy and light. Bring joy and light to the world.
Yep. Well, that's what I do. I always, I'm not the type of person that wakes up in the morning and the first thing I do is fucking find the first thing that's wrong with the world and fucking just start capitalizing on it. I usually wake up, pretty much 100% neutral. Just kind of just chilling, waking up, go about my day, and usually Ginger will make me happy and stuff. Her being just her cute little self.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'll be all good. And then I usually look at Facebook and it all turns bad. No. Which Facebook has been turning into kind of a shit show too. A lot of it is the hearings for the January 6th stuff that's like live televised and stuff.
Well, so you got to look at it like this. You know how we every few months we get a new Marvel Disney show or something like that, or a new Star Wars show. It's like, and so not everyone watches that. Some people watch sports, and every so often they get a new season of sports, right? Yep. And so it's baseball. So I don't like baseball, but I like these other sports. So there's even amongst the sportos, they have their own preferences, right? And then so what just happened with these other people is they just got over their Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, "Fuck, what's next? I'm just dying for the new Tiger King.
Drama,
Where's my new Tiger King, man? Where's my new thing that I can just dig my teeth into and just wallow in?" And go, yeah,
yeah, and it's so ridiculously out there. And I know that I need to just step away from the Facebook, and just do shit, and that's what I've been doing lately. I started working on my lights again, my drum lights, and getting those because I might have a party. You got the invitation?
I did get the invitation. Party. Yes, trying to make it.
And yeah, because I was thinking it's on a Saturday, and if you possibly wanted to stay the night Friday, we could do a recording Friday.
Sure. That'd be great.
And then you could stay the night.
And
then I'd give you a ride home, Saturday night or Sunday or whatever. We could figure all that out.
Cool. Yeah, that should probably work.
So I totally split, and it's funny those CDs and the record is sitting right on the table as I walk out the door because I had the shirts right there, the record's right there, my glasses right there. So basically when I grabbed that, my hands were full, and for some reason I was thinking I had everything.
Yeah. Which is my dumb fault. I'd rather you brought the records.
I know, and I was in a hurry too, so I just grabbed the whole thing because that's like my spaceship shirts and shit. Do you have one of those?
I do.
Okay.
Pretty sure. I did. I'm pretty sure I still do. So, I have not been this prepared for a show in a long time, and I was prepared also to absorb those songs that we were getting and put them into today's show. So, it's not going to be any big deal, but it threw a wrench in my perfect plan to have a whole bunch of this great stuff that we can now have to wait till next week to put in. But that's great because next week's show will be packed with stuff that isn't in this week's show.
Yes.
Yeah. To get that to look forward to, we'll save some surprises for you. I got one thing aside from the 4 things you got. I got another thing. And maybe we should start the show first. Before I talk about that.
Goodbye, gray sky, hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. It feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long. These days are all being free. These days are all.
I found this thing, so you can use that.
Well, yeah, that's right.
So hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to the MAWPCAST 1 radio program. We're back after a long 2-month hiatus or something. I don't know. It's been a long time since Easter. Easter was the last show we did. But we're back now. Just don't worry. Don't panic.
Yeah. We're not going anywhere. We just had to take, I got the plague, and Ashley got the plague and stuff, so we had to deal with that, the COVID thing, and it wiped me out. It wiped Ashley out. It wiped out my mom, and
I had appointments. I had a back issue going on. I had
so it was kind of good timing.
Yeah, things were keeping me from focusing on the show well enough as it was, and so usually what happens after a while of not doing the shows, then I just start to get antsy, and then I start doing stuff. So now I'm just totally back into the groove of doing stuff for the show, and then I'm very excited about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's usually what happens.
And I'm definitely more motivated to do stuff too, because if you would have caught me last week, I was like,
that's fine.
No.
And part of the beauty of what we do is we can be as flexible as we want to be. Mm-hmm. No one's demanding it. No one cares. And it's fine. They enjoy it, and we're happy that they enjoy it.
Our fans care.
They do care, but they also they're accepting. They're accepting of our dysfunction. Yep. Our dysfunctionality works with their lifestyle, which is probably also just a little dysfunctional or free.
Yep.
Yeah, we probably appeal to that kind of people who just what?
You got to say there is a bunch to talk about. That has been some time and stuff.
Yep.
Like on my first outing of going out, because I said, all right, I got to test my energy levels. So I got to figure out how much energy I got. So I went to Goodwill. Mm-hmm. And I walked into Goodwill, and that guitar I gave you, the Ibanez guitar I gave you? Well, there was another one, Ibanez XE or EX or something like that, for $6. And one of the tuners was kind of messed up, and it was missing a bridge saddle for some reason. Uh-huh. And it looked kind of like it got smashed because the tuners, the volume and the tone were pushed into the guitar and stuff, and those weren't any good. But I put together guitars for years, and I had a bunch of guts and parts and stuff, so I slapped it together, and the neck was totally warped out.
Oh.
And I was just like, okay, maybe that's why it's $6.
Yeah.
So I kind of
tweaked
the neck to see if that would help it and stuff. And then I just let it set for a week, and just let it set for a week. And then, I tightened the strings back up, and it worked.
Oh.
And now it's actually, and I just left the price tag on. I'm just going to leave the price tag on my $6 Ibanez guitar.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's my guitar for if anybody comes over and wants to just grab a guitar and trash on. There you go.
Uh-huh. And if it sucks, you can say, well, it costs $6. That's why. Like I was saying before we started the show there, like you'd got those 4 things in the mail that we were going to be listening to. We'll listen to next week. I got one thing that I had been excited to get for a long time, and I'm not going to say what it is, and that will be explained as I say it. You've heard it, actually. So, it was a song by a band that I've been looking for a long time. They don't have many available recordings. This was, for me personally, it was just kind of sought after for that reason. I remember a while ago there had been a live video of it on YouTube. This was some time ago.
Oh, was that the one you sent me the clip of?
Yeah. So there used to be a live version of it on YouTube along with some other of their material, and I knew it was there, but I never listened to it because I wanted to hear the studio version. I'd heard a couple other live songs from that set, and it was I'll wait until I can hear some studio stuff. So I don't want to judge the band unfairly, because I want to hear their studio performances. That's what the big appeal to all this in me is hearing studio recordings and letting other people hear them. So I was also excited to let other people hear this studio recording, right?
Yeah.
This rare studio recording of this band that like, oh, you might not like the band, but you might like this recording because their other song's really good. And then I get it and I'm like, it was just really cringy. And I'm not trying to judge someone's art unfairly, but this is objectively cringy. This is objectively sexist.
Yes.
Objectively racist.
Yes.
Objectively misogynistic.
Yes. But I think it's purposely.
It is.
It's purposely done that way to just. I don't know.
So, it is.
But it's not meant to be offensive. I don't think.
I don't think so either. And especially coming from the time frame that it came from, because it's much older. It's before I was making music. And I think the band considered themselves a comedic act.
Yes, that's what how I was looking at it was. It's like Weird Al Yankovic extreme, like far extreme.
It was a very performative song, and it was
That's informative, all right.
performative. It was well played, well written,
Yes,
executed well. Like it was a song I'd love to share with people, but I'm not going to put it on this show.
No.
I just don't think I will. I did put it on YouTube. It is unlisted, and I am happy to let people listen to it, and they can think whatever they want about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't care, and I'm not trying to influence anyone's opinion, but I know that it would receive a lot of unnecessary backlash when I would just agree. I would agree. Like,
if you could watch, basically, if you could watch Blazing Saddles and get that it's just what it is, then you'd be okay with this song. But if
Maybe.
Blazing Saddles totally just pushes you over the edge, don't listen to the song.
even maybe, because I even know people who are Blazing Saddles, people who have lines, like in the boundary pushing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, it's kind of the same.
It is.
In what it is.
Yeah. They're not saying the N-word or anything like that.
No,
yeah.
no.
And but it was a fun experience, the whole thing, because a lot of this stuff is all about that.
I know. Me and Ashley listened to it. We're just going, "Oh my god!" It's...
I've explained to you before different reasons why bands aren't like preserving their legacy. It's like, why isn't this song more available? Oh, this is a good reason why that song. Yeah. Why aren't they so proud of their band and their legacy? Oh, there was that thing that tainted their legacy so bad, like, or at least in modern times makes them look really, really bad. Like, because in the modern era, especially with the woke PC culture, stuff like that can really be offensive.
Oh yeah, this would definitely cancel.
Yeah. and like one of the people I believe is no longer with us in the band. And the other people don't need their lives tainted forever by making stupid art. And that's all it really amounts to, unless that is their total lifestyle. And that's a whole nother thing. And I try to keep that stuff separate. I play stuff that is very offensive on this show. I knowingly play stuff, or I unknowingly play stuff that is very offensive. I play rap and skinhead stuff and just stuff that is, I know, objectively offensive also, right? This falls into a different category.
But by you playing that doesn't mean that you agree with anything.
No.
That's not. Don't let anybody think that.
No.
We're playing it because of what it is. It's music from this area.
I really play everything without looking at it. This one I couldn't not look at. I had to go, I have to really think about this, what I want to do with this. Because I'm not trying to be exploitative with the stuff that I do either.
Yes,
I'm not trying to incite or inflame or draw attention for the wrong reasons. I want to showcase stuff that people don't get to hear. And so that being said, you're welcome to hear it. If anyone is listening to this podcast and wants to hear that song, you're welcome to hear it. Email us at mawptacoma@gmail.com. I will send you the link to the video, and you can make a comment and deride it or whatever you want. It's perfectly fine. The link is there. It's just not something I'm going to have public.
I do like your socks, though. Those are Bob Ross, right?
Bob Ross socks.
Oh, God, they're awesome.
It's Bob Ross rocks.
Bob Ross.
I actually, just like everything, there's like a deep, dark underbelly to everything. And so Bob Ross has got his dark secrets, too, about how he stole some other guy's career. It's all ruthless cutthroat in the world of television, public television painting. Anyway, we should hop into some songs.
Play some songs. Yeah. Let's do it.
Get the show on the road. See what we have to hear today.
Here you go.
Yeah.
must take after a white father because I can pass. They say the tribes lived along the coast, all along San Francisco Bay. Driving alongside waves, I feel alone, feel home drift away. The moon hooks the sky, and I drive, try to catch it between my fingers. A crescent of white, a fight still present. Garbage Indians, the old woman told me. That's what we called them growing up in Monterey. The dump was on their reservation because isn't it always? And I bite my tongue until it bleeds, until I quiet the anger in me. And I'll wait till I leave Half Moon Bay to scream into my fist and say all the things we are not supposed to say to the people who are older than us.
asking everybody who is that. That's Cozy's from Tacoma, he's an ammo cat. I flip these words and reverse it, I'm a wordsmith. That's why you see me use the city I was birthed in. Usually these verses perfect, sit at 2 degrees. Coded in New York City in that winter breeze. Feel me dropping rhymes like some fallen leaves, shining like some jewelry just because it's cool to see. Now back to working, serving like a Perkins, sniffing out the next move like canines when they searching. Houses for the drugs, writing on a bud, but just let me find a plug so they can notice what I does. I'm an addict, music got my ring like it's static. You could imagine if it's something you could fathom, how the beat'll keep you turning, squeezing out the vermin so you feel a little better, cause you know that you deserve it. All this bullshit on our phones, full of what you don't need, tapping into negative shit that you probably won't see. It's entertaining you, and I ain't blaming you, cause people really going through this shit, so please proceed. But if you happen to tap into what I'm actually packing when I be rapping, when you surfing on that app and you end up inside that rabbit hole, cause I know how it goes. Hit me on the DM, how you feeling, homie, let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know, cause I know how it goes. Hit me on the DM, how you feeling, homie, let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know, cause I know how it goes. Hit me on the DM, how you feeling, homie, let me know.
Well, that's more or less a happy ending that we can't talk about on the show, so we should end that and
Dun, dun. Okay.
jing the bells.
All right.
Hi, everybody. We're back.
Hi.
We just heard a great set of songs of local music. Had to get that on the fly because I was expecting other stuff. I'm giving Chris a bad time secretly.
I know. I screwed it up.
Yeah,
I
it's
stuck a stick in his spokes.
yeah.
This still went right into the spokes of his tire, and he flipped over and smacked his head on the ground. Got a concussion. It was just horrible.
That sort of happened to me once. I was crossing Meridian. There's Meridian, how Meridian could be. This was back in the 80s. Jeez, even before I met you. It was probably close to around 128th and Meridian, but it could have been farther down. I don't remember. But I wasn't there very often in my life yet at this point. And anyway, I was crossing Meridian. There's traffic coming both ways, and I was maneuvering my bike through the traffic just perfectly, looking to completely miss everything. But what I missed was the cutout where I was going to slide onto the sidewalk. And I hit the curb, and poof, flip. Like, I mean, so where I came to was far away from there, right? I was far away from the fucking road, dude. Far away from the road. And my friends thought I was dead. Like 2 of them. They thought I was dead. They're like, oh my God, thank God you're alive.
Was it like a slope? Were you on dirt? Were you on pavement?
No, it was pavement.
Oh,
so I went somersault, ploop.
On your head or on your back?
On my back, I guess. They landed perfectly. Like,
all right.
I didn't have a head injury or a concussion or anything.
Oh, that's good.
I knew of. Like, I was just sore, just a little sore, and scraped up. That was all.
Yeah, my going over the handlebars ended a lot worse.
Yeah. I should tell these people what they heard real quick before I get too distracted again. You guys heard the Batangas, not the Batangas, Batangas. Sorry, Marcos in Narcos by Batangas. You heard Slingshot doing Last Chance. Cole Z did Let Me Know. Fleur de Louve did Half Moon Bay. And Yeah Maybe did Lately.
Yeah. Well, my little bike wreck was I was drag racing. I think I was drag racing Blake Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Which was the son of Lynn from the owner of Boogie Body Guitars. And I think I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
8, 9 years old, and I didn't have shoes on, and we were drag racing our bikes down the street.
Oh, I've heard this story. I don't know stuff about feet getting fucked up. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us.
And so the first like 10, 15 feet. I mean, when I'm pedaling hard. My foot slipped off the pedal, went into my front spokes, and as soon as they hit the fork, it just like flipped me over, head first, broke my leg. And so I had a concussion. That was one of my first concussions. I had a series of them. It was pretty bad.
Lame.
I'm surprised my head ain't shape of an egg or cone head or something like that.
Well, you're lucky.
But yeah, so Blake won that race. I did not win that race. But yeah. But I didn't do that after that. I never rode without shoes, and I made sure that my feet didn't go in the front spokes because that's always bad results when that happens.
Yeah. I'm pretty protective of my feet. So during the break, we just briefly touched on Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Now, how you feel about it?
I like it. I think it started out kind of slow, but not slow. It was kind of confusing in the very beginning. But, I mean, I was just kind of looking at, how the situation was, how he was basically isolated and stuff. He was just kind of keeping an eye on Luke from a distance. And it was kind of cool. I mean, I enjoyed it. And I mean, up to this episode, with this last episode, was pretty badass. That was pretty awesome.
I like this more than I liked the last series of movies that they were doing, the last trilogy. Like, I think that it's better, but like, I can't help but contextualize it with the entire story that seems like he's developing a very close relationship with Leia, like, obviously, which that there was no allusions to that in any of the other stuff. Although, if you want to take the sequel movies into account, they did name their son Ben.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so that's a huge implication there, and that's thoughtful. But there are things like,
But no, keep going.
no, you go.
Well, I was just gonna say, you know, I kind of see what you were saying, how her connection was with Ben, but what I'm thinking is, I for some reason I'm thinking that her connection with Ben is short-lived as a child.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very short-lived. I think she's gonna get him. She's gonna go back, and then he's gonna go back to watching Luke, and then she's kind of basically just gonna be doing her own thing.
Yeah, and she also does become actively involved in the rebellion, but I'll get to that in a second. Though it does, it's an impressionable time in her life where a big impressionable event is happening.
Yes.
And this person is her savior during it.
Yes.
So, like, that's really going to be impactful.
Yeah. And I think that brings it up to, you know, her Obi-Wan, your only hope.
Yeah.
Because she had to say, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say, remember when you saved me? You know, that's why I'm thinking that maybe it was very short-lived.
Yeah.
You know, so.
There could be all kinds of reasons to that, and I'm not too nitpicky about that. But I mean, everyone's going to these stories are near and dear to us, so they're going to be something we dissect and talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And so issues that I had were personally, my issues are in the way that certain things were executed in this so far. And obviously people were spoiling these first episodes of Obi-Wan. If you're hearing this, we're 4 episodes deep into the series.
No.
It's 6 episodes long. And we're talking about it pretty openly. So problems I have are the way that the Red Hot Chili Peppers were chasing Leia in the woods of Alderaan. And they just couldn't catch her. Oh, I can't. Oh, she's so elusive. But it's just like, and it was like Keystone Cops chasing around. It was like, this is a bit ridiculous. And then Obi-Wan had a similar scene with her on that planet where she should have been smart enough not to be running away from him. Like all the things that evidence that she had pointing to conclude to her, like, was like, that was a bit frustrating. And some of those pacing elements of those scenes were frustrating, and like, this is the kind of TV I don't like. It's just the kind of TV I don't like in a Star Wars thing. So it's like, if I was watching any TV that was doing this to me, I'd be like, stop it. Just stop it. And I had to go through that a couple times. And some of the things with Reva, her, the interrogation of Leia. She's interrogating a 10-year-old about things that she shouldn't and wouldn't and couldn't know about, but she's interrogating her over and over and over again. We just got this redundant pacing of that. Like, that was irksome. The handling of Vader's been pretty good. Like, he's been executed really well. Obi-Wan's been more or less handled very well. The interaction with Ben and stuff with Owen was pretty good. And I can't give a full grasp an opinion of it until it's complete and see how it's resolved also. But it's not horrible. It's television. And like, I have to also accept that. Like, the movies were epic in scope, and television is television, and it's going to be narrowly focused. And there's going to be times in television where they're obviously on a soundstage and not on a planet.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
and so
you can tell now that I've seen some of the back, because I mean on Disney Plus they'll show some of the stuff,
making.
and then I'm just like going, so now when you watch it, it's like, oh no, that's real.
Yeah,
None of it's real. It looks so real, but it's not.
but what they could do with green screen could add so much depth, and yet they're not. So it's kind of a shortcut that I'm not used to Star Wars taking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not yet seen the season 2 all in full fleshed out of Mandalorian, so I can't say how it looks. But Mandalorian season 1 looked pretty good, but it was also sparse. They weren't doing too much, and there were, I guess, I had some similar complaints with the first season of that too. So, yeah,
I did have one thought of, how you were talking about how they couldn't catch Leia running around. I'm thinking maybe she may have been, I mean, it's just a theory that maybe she was unwittingly using Force type stuff,
and I think they're doing that
to hampering them,
yeah,
or something. I mean, that could be it, and I think they may progress to her having Force abilities.
Yeah, so. She would have innate talents that these are the types of things that Force users identify Force sensitive people and say, oh, you should be a Jedi, come with us. Yeah, that's how they show, like, they're and
then that's why I was thinking maybe why that one lady was trying to interrogate her so much is that she may have felt something but couldn't maybe make a connection to it. But then again, I don't know. That was kind of
like, here. I'll break stuff down even further. Bail Organa knows exactly where the fuck Ben is. Comes from fucking Alderaan all the way to Tatooine, is unnoticed. He comes into his fucking cave, tells him where to fucking go. He says, you got to save my Leia. You got to save Leia. You got to do it. So that's a big red flag. Now this connection but nobody knows that, and we can accept that nobody knows. Well, no,
he knew that Ben was there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But he could have been easily, like, so one, his daughter's kidnapped, so you'd think that Reva would be keeping an eye on him and would be able to make that connection. She already has this connection that Bail Organa and Obi-Wan are buddies. And so and is just deliberately trying to force that issue. So Bail's coming to him, like, and exposing that connection, but it isn't exposed. And I accept that it isn't exposed, but to me it is. And furthermore, the whole thing is that that's what she's trying to do, is to force the hand. So now everyone has that connection. Vader has that. Vader now knows that Bail Organa and Obi-Wan are deeply connected. Like, so there are politics involved that make things take longer. So they can't just go and execute it. And it also does kind of help. It's like, why would they pick Alderaan and blow up that whole planet? Well, this is why. Because they're deep, deep, deep into the rebellion, and they've been trying to root them out for a while. So there are some threads that strengthen, but some threads that haven't quite tied together yet for me. So it does work and not work for me in a lot of ways. But the association of Bail Organa and Obi-Wan makes it a problem for me in that they could just go to Tatooine now. Like, they would just be able to know that just by the course of events. If you just watch, if they're investigating the course of events that led to the kid being kidnapped and Obi-Wan appearing, then they could easily go back to Tatooine and say, well, it kind of started here, right? This is where it all started, where this chick started coming unglued with her obsession of Obi-Wan and Reva, and she had to find him. But she's being set up to probably have a turn where she's going to be a good guy, right? And
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that she's turning,
and then Vader's going to kill her probably, because we never see her again in the story. So that's also
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But did you know that the Inquisitor, the guy that played the Grand Inquisitor, I guess they have and I'm not even sure how accurate this is. They have a list of the people that are in the next season. And the character that plays the Grand Inquisitor in this season is on the list for next season too.
Well, first of all, I didn't know that there was going to be a next season, but that would make sense because the Grand Inquisitor can't die because he's already been in events that happened after this, right? If you've watched
But I guess you can rise to the Grand Inquisitor.
Yes, but if you've watched the Clone Wars and Rebels, he's in them, and and events in those take place after this. So there's stuff in Clone Wars and Rebels that take place after this. So the Grand Inquisitor guy can't be dead. Like he has to still be alive.
Yeah, there is one thing that I'm thinking, because you know how he kind of didn't look like Clone Wars Grand Inquisitor.
There was that too.
I'm thinking that whatever they do to bring him back creates that, does that to that.
That is possible. He, I guess their species has 2 stomachs, so you can stab them in one and they'll be fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I heard. I don't know. I'm not that deep into Star Wars stuff, but,
I mean, that'd be cool.
I don't know.
You know, there's got to be a way to do it. I mean, you know.
Sorry, I didn't know there was TV on over here. I didn't realize. I'm just trying to keep my computer warm by having something run. So you said you've watched Stranger Things. Now, I've not watched any of Stranger Things. I put 15 minutes of it on once, and I was like, So
yeah, it takes. I mean, it takes some investing in it, and it's pretty gory. I mean, they got like this demon that's basically the whole issue with this whole scenario was this one demon dude or something, and he's back and he's trying to break through there, but there's ways that he can, and he's already killed like 3 people, I guess. And it's kind of fucked up the way they get killed, because they just like, their eyes go white, they raise up into the air, and then all of a sudden our arms go out and they just start breaking. And you can see it just like snap, and like, so his arm will go like this way and that way and stuff. And it's like, oh, and Ashley watches, she goes, nope, I ain't watching. That's like going, wow, that's kind of freaking cool. Because usually I am, and this is weird about me, I don't know why, but like if it's a show that's about real stuff, real death and stuff, I can't watch it. It gets me sick to my stomach. But I can watch stuff like this, and it's just like, it's because I know that it's not real, you know, but it looks real. But if it's a video that I know that's portrayed as real, but it's not real, but it's portrayed as being real, I get sick to my stomach. But I think it's because I just mentally know. It's probably, a lot of it has to do with Faces of Death.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. That video fucked me up in the head.
I've really never sat through anything like this. These things have been put on, and I'm just like, I just don't need to. I don't need to get through this. I don't need to do it. Like these kinds of hardcore things. It's like, I get it. Like, and
well, I was like 14, 15 years old too at the time. I was like, going, what the heck? I should not have been watching that stuff, and I don't encourage anybody to watch that shit.
I was a person who wanted to grow up fast, and then was met with that shit, and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is why.
Yep.
This is why.
Yep.
Like,
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and it messed with me a lot and stuff, and so I just can't watch it.
Again, like that experience though is invaluable, and you want to know. Like, there's some things you don't need to know. Sometimes some people don't need to know certain things, or they don't need to have certain experiences. And I respect a lot of that. It's like, so, like just the willpower or the understanding, the comprehension they have of things that, like, oh no, I don't need that experience. Yeah. Some people, and there'll be people on the sidelines going, "Duh, you need that experience. You know how to do this."
I know there's always that person though. Yeah. There's always gonna be that guy. Yeah, and I've come to the conclusion that there's always that person, and that's why I pick and choose, because, you know, and Ashley's cool about that. You know, she knows.
Well, and some entertainment. This is like what we were talking. That's what we were talking about with Stem This All. Is like some entertainment is just so innocent, but it's just like also, oh no, that's it. Like, and there's like with like scary stuff or horror. There's such a wide variety or type of scary things that just that are intense, that can be like you can like Hellraiser, but not like,
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, I think it was Hellraiser. See, I can't watch Hellraiser either. Hellraiser or Saw. I think it was Saw that.
Saw was horrible.
I walked in and somebody was watching it, and there was like a pit full of syringes that somebody threw somebody in.
I don't know.
And they get up and they have like these syringes sticking out all over it. And I was like, no, I can't watch this crap.
I watched the first Saw with a couple of friends, and because one of them found it very entertaining, and the other friend of mine also found it very entertaining, who was being introduced to it, and I was like, oh my God, why would you make me watch this?
I know.
And I didn't ever follow any of the others after that. I didn't need to. Don't you remember when we worked at the plastic factory and the rap guy Solo, who was our foreman, he was talking about Final Destination. Like it was a brand new movie at the time.
Oh yeah.
He was telling us all about like all the things that happened, and it like much like the first Saw, also an engaging movie. Like I'm not saying that the first Saw was horrible. It was a good, suspenseful, psychological horror thriller.
If that's what you're into, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can appreciate art for what it is, but I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I can't handle that either, though. Yeah.
Anyway, some people love it, and I understand.
Yep.
I love stupid comedies.
I mean, obviously, it's a thing that people like because it makes millions and millions and millions of dollars and stuff. It's just I like the Star Wars, the sci-fi, give me a live action Star Blazers. Get a live action series of that or something like that. And I would love it. Or you know what they should do a live action of? Those two stormtroopers that had Grogu for a while. Those two stormtroopers have just a series of just them two, or a series of cheers, but in the cantina setting. Yeah, and have go from table to table to table to whatever smugglers or whatever is going on and stuff.
It's hard for me to engage in a lot of them as it is, because I like Star Wars, but I can, and what is fine is I can pick and choose. This was always the case. Star Wars started making novels in the 80s and 90s, and I read some of them, and I didn't read all of them. They started to get there's a lot of stuff. It's like, I don't really need to read Jedi Academy and stuff like that. You know, some of them are probably good, but I just don't need to read those. But I read some of them that were more in the main line of events of stuff. And those were cool. And some of the other stories that I heard in those that was now not canon, but legends, they were cool too. But I don't need to read all of them. I don't need to watch all of Star Trek. I might watch another series or two. We can talk about that later too, because there's other Star Treks out that you might be watching. But we should go back to songs first before we do anything else. All right. Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Shimmery, shining, groundbreaking bottles with the fragile and delicate, wasting blood off the grapes as the cool sleeps into the carpet. Fades the time, too easy to see and free to slow as the old man sleeps. The dreams will last forever until you die. And now your world's a setting sun. Now you're damaged as to die. Nothing you can do, nothing we can do. You might as well enjoy your life. And your world's all fucked up. We didn't make the rules we break. We never listen to them anyway. You might as well burn this fucking place down. Shades the town still easy to see and free to slow as the old man sleeps. The dreams will last forever until you die. Now your world's a setting sun. Now the damage has been done. Nothing you can do, nothing we can do. You might as well enjoy
I'm blue. Her lover's gone, the one that was so true. The land she loved has taken him away, left her alone just to cry throughout the day. But her light will always burn till the day of his return. She's just a girl. She slowly lights her lamp to guide him home from his unforgotten camp. She sees his face in the distance of her mind, never leaving her, never treating her unkind. But what she doesn't know is that he won't come home. She's just a girl in
you want it. Just get down, you know I'm gonna get on it. Pop it, you know the shit's fucking pumping. The people feeling good and you know the crowd's jumping. So come on, get the fuck up off your ass and just try, yeah.
It's the
Keep that up, fuck. If you just try, if you just try, boy, you can believe what you want, believe what you want, believe what you want, yeah.
gonna come like that. Gonna come
Like this, yeah, like that, like that, yeah.
About to hear some lyrics that I've written in the past. My menu is vast, I got to make it last. Crash course your vehicle, you're steering too hard. I'll fucking spot you in the bar, take all your fucking credit cards, break your laws. I keep the flow, what's the score? I don't know. Flip from Shio, I got to go, take a blow from you know. Exhale, put the bag on the scale, weigh it every like a sperm whale, girl. It's what your ass is looking, and no I'm not cooking back. I don't fuck with it, cause if I did, I couldn't spit my shit. Rage, inner frustrations, revelations, what I'm causing too low. I got to put out the key, what they low. When he know I got to go, stop my throat. I don't fuck with the host, but I got to keep up on my toes. And I let it close like this and like that. So it makes the sound real fucking bad.
Keep that up, fuck. If you just try, or you can believe what you want, believe what you want, believe what you want. Yeah, you can conceive that up, fuck. If you just try, or you can believe what you want, believe what you want, believe what you want. Come on, if you just try. Yeah, come on.
Amongst the fudge and a mutant trout. But I think I see a blonde, regretful face. I'm in a toilet bowl. My fins can't climb these walls. I hope the other side a little more my type. I'm in a toilet bowl. My fins can't climb these walls. I hope the other side a little more my type.
Oh yeah, we're back. Hi everybody.
Hello.
Almost forgot that we were back. We're back from songs. We just heard a bunch of them. You heard the Lightweight Champs doing a song called Goldfish. You heard All Kinds doing Believe What You Want. Hair Hang Down by Roswell. She's Just a Girl in Love by the Blokes. And we started that off with Shiny Ground by High. There you go.
All right.
Those are the songs you've heard. We just put a bunch of stuff up on YouTube recently. Like Metamorphosis. We'll play some Metamorphosis on the next set, I think.
Nice. I have a Metamorphosis shirt.
Hey, I thought you did. That's
Yeah,
pretty
the one
rad.
that says, to serve and protect who?
Uh-huh.
And was Jason singing at that time?
He might have been. He might have been.
Yeah.
Um,
Because was that before or after I Defy? Was that after I Defy?
no. Way before. Way before.
Okay.
Way before. Metamorphosis was late 80s. Maybe late 80s to 94.5.
Okay.
Because it was the main lineup all for the most part was Raj Navaskar on guitar and Ken Anderson on bass and Jeff Phillips on drums. And then Ken would eventually go on to Portrait of Poverty in like 95 or something, 95 or 96, after Kelly Mickelson left. So, they did have singers occasionally. Jason was one of them. I think that there might have been a recording with Jason on it, but I'm not positive. Terry Humbert.
Because wasn't that him singing on the YouTube one?
No, that's Terry Humbert from Thrash Forward and
Oh, that's right. Okay.
other stuff. Yes.
So where did I see? I saw Jason singing on something. I think it was something he put up,
Oh, yeah?
but I can't remember. It may have been I Defy.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember.
That's interesting. But, yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to go there. Anyway, we put up a bunch of stuff lately, and hopefully we'll put up much more. Like, not maybe this week now, but next week we'll put up more. Or maybe this week. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of time I have. But there's lots of stuff to check out. I'm trying to get over there to look at it so that I can start like listing off some of the things. Like Good Gravy is on there. There's some more Girl Trouble and Seaweed on there for everyone. Because you know how the people love the Girl Trouble and the Seaweed. There's some Burning Flag that we put up there. Some Botch. The Stains put up a couple of comps. At least one. No, there's a couple. Yep, lots of stuff. And if you request things, we'll put that up too. Subvert, The Lemons, that's good. Electrolux. So yeah.
Very cool.
Get over there and check that out. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And share it with your friends. And tell us some stuff that we need to put on there. Because we'll do it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. if there's something that you haven't heard that you know is out there, let us know. Tell us who it is. Fill us in as much information as you can, how to contact them or whatnot, any links or whatever, and we'll put it on the show.
So yeah, you that's right. Because see, we do this show and we play local music from the Tacoma centric area. So you can send us stuff or get in touch with us and say, hey, why don't you ever play this? And we'll play it if we can. We'll do what we can to make sure we can. And then also we have this website at MAWPTacoma.com where we catalog a lot of these bands that have been from the area from throughout time. And if there's something missing or incorrect on there, you can get a hold of us and say, hey, you need to fix that shit. And then this website or this YouTube page where we put all this stuff up on, if there's something on there you'd like to hear, again, let us know. Get a hold of us. Say, put something on there, or change that, or do something. Because sometimes there's inaccuracies too. Mistakes can be made. I'm doing most of the stuff that goes up there right now, and so, like that being said, I'm very fallible. I can make lots of mistakes, and there's so many areas to make mistakes in. So keep an eye on it. Engage the content, and also, like it and share it and comment on it and stuff like that, because that helps the algorithms and more people get to see it over time. It's good.
Yep. Show it and people watch it.
Yeah, I got that Disney briefly so I could catch up on Obi-Wan, and I thought I might catch up on some of the other series, but I just really haven't got into Book of Boba Fett or Mandalorian. The Mandalorian's okay. The Book of Boba Fett I'm less into over time as I sit with it. It's like, maybe. I've not really watched most of the Marvel shows. Like, I'm aware of them, but I just, do I really want to? Not really. Like, they're okay. Like, I mean, I watched WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I kind of fell off after that. I watched an episode of Loki, tried to watch it, and it's like, So, Disney's Disney. It's good for what it's got. Like, if you want that stuff, and I do sometimes want that stuff, it's perfect. It's great. It's the perfect price a month for all of the stuff that they offer you. And you don't have to keep it every month. If it was $15 for 1 month of Disney, it'd be worth it because of what they have if you wanted to watch that stuff. You can just binge so much good stuff. It'll be better when they have Spider-Man. I was a little disappointed they don't got Spider-Man yet. They will have it later this year, though. So that is rad. So I'll probably cancel it after this month and get it again in like 8 months.
But isn't Spider-Man on... Is that on Netflix?
I don't have Netflix.
Might be on Netflix or not Hulu.
It's not on Hulu. But I did sign up with my phone upgrade. I had a free 3-month trial of Apple, and I tried to sign up for it, and I think I did, and it's just, I mean, I did. I know I did. I don't know if I can share it. I don't think I can. But it's not much. Like, they've got a lot of original stuff that a lot of people like who watch it. Like, but it's like, I don't think I'm that interested in most of this stuff. I might watch their Beatles documentary, and I might watch a couple other things that are on there. Beastie Boys documentary, I think, is on there. I might watch those. But is it worth a subscription of any price? No.
You probably watch those documentaries in other ways and not have to subscribe to all the other stuff.
A lot of Apple stuff, I think they're pretty exclusive about. Like, if it's on Apple, they're on Apple. One of the reasons I was excited, I was like, The Office is on Apple, but Office isn't on Apple anymore. They took it off. It's on Peacock now.
Peacock?
Yeah.
And that's free.
Free, is it?
Peacock, yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it on my phone.
Is that right? You can watch The Office on your phone for free?
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Because if it's free, well, I'll watch The Office have to I don't know. You might have to have a paid subscription service for it. I do Paramount because I like Survivor and...
Let's see.
Yeah, I see it. I believed you. I believe that it's free, Chris. I didn't deny that it was free.
And for some reason, I think you can. I think I did see The Office on here. TV shows.
Right now, Chris is scrolling on his phone.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find if it has The Office. Let me see if there's a... Oh, okay, there.
I'm going to let the awkward pause remain. Sometimes it's unsettling for some people on a podcast to hear the awkward pauses. But sometimes I'll leave them in. Sometimes they get too much, though. We do have to keep an eye on it. Because some people are listening to things and they're like, they stop talking.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. So it's free, huh? This is free. You say. A second ago I said I believe you, but now I don't believe you. Yeah, that's it. That's great.
I'm just making sure that it actually has.
Yeah, because it may not. They can trick you. They can be tricky. They can offer you seasons, but then not show you all the episodes and hide them behind paywalls. Sometimes these sneaky bastards do shit like that, and you got to watch out for them. These corporate fuckers, they'll get you. They'll fuck you in the ass any chance they get.
Free episodes.
What's that? Oh, see?
Yeah, see, that's why I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, good. I know what we're going to hear. All the next songs. That's so great. I'm not always prepared because, again, things were derailed. But now I'm not derailed. Everything's fine.
I think they have only like 5 episodes of each one.
Each season.
Something like that.
Yeah, they're bastards.
So you get sucked into it and then say,
honestly, that's at least they offer you some, and it's a good tease to get you to want to do it.
Yeah.
Like it is. It really is. So people are up in arms about like, oh, we cut the cord from cable, but now we have all these subscription services. Of course you fucking do, because the cable's all lost their money. Now they have to get their money. They're going to give you subscription services because that's what you're fucking buying. They're appealing to the market need, the demand of the market. But you can pick and choose, just like you can pick and choose kind of better. I don't know if it's going to be an equivalent price to cable. Like
most likely, but to get all the stuff that you want.
Yeah, if you want it. I guess Apple has baseball, but I've only seen like 1 or 2 games on there too. I've not really seen them. Like it's just Apple right now is not appealing unless you really are into the Apple programming, like the stuff that they have. And they have like.
I kind of wish I had that HBO one.
Yeah, HBO. Let's see, HBO's been in this kind of racket for a long time of making shows for their audience, like and I mean a long ass time they've been doing this. So, and a variety of shows that appeal to niche audiences and broad audiences. They've been doing this shit for a long time. So, I've rarely ever had HBO and don't get it because most of that shit doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
But some of it, like It's a very reputable brand to me. Like it's a good brand. Like you don't have to sell me on it. What you have to sell me on, does it have something I'll watch? Like a lot of, like that warrants the pay? Because even if I'm not watching some shit, it at least is stuff I will watch. But I won't pay for it if I'm not watching anything. So if I don't watch anything on a shit for a month, I'll cancel it. Except for Amazon, but Amazon offers me other services like the ability to order stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just all about the science fiction.
Yeah.
Whatever sci-fi.
Okay,
and there's so many.
All right, now there's several science fiction shows on Apple. Several, not just one, but several, like original content science fiction, like Foundation's on there, and A Brave New World, maybe. One of these, I think A Brave New World, and I could be confusing this with another show, but I think it's that show. It's an alternate universe show where the Russians made the moon landing first. And so that's interesting in concept. And then Foundation is Isaac Asimov's series based on his book series, many novel series of books. And it's kind of interesting. I mean, I've not watched it, but the execution of these things are kind of interesting, and they have audiences. Like I said, people love Apple shows who watch Apple. Like I haven't heard many people come away from their Apple shows and just rip them apart. Like I don't hear them have a lot of criticism. Just a lot of people aren't buying it and watching it necessarily. But the people who do like the shit. Like maybe Severance is another science fiction show. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Then there's this other thing that somebody told me about that I gotta try to get some more information on. Is called Ring World.
Discworld?
No, Ring World.
That sounds like
and
Ringworm.
it's like a. I think it was because I saw a picture on Facebook and it reminded me of Halo.
Uh-huh.
You know, like the Halo planet or whatever, that ring thingy.
Yes.
And the people said, no, this is Ring World. This is better.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, going, oh, okay. So that's something that I need to check up on. It's supposedly, but I think it's I want to say audio book, but I'm not 100% sure if it's an audio book or something like that.
I see. Well, I've not heard of Ringworld. I have heard of Discworld.
Is that like people like if the Earth was flat type scenario?
Don't know. I don't know because I've not looked into it. There's so many things I'd look into if I had more like time to immerse myself in it. It says right here, immerse yourself in the extraordinary. Well, I just can't immerse myself in things like that. Like I can put on things that I can be detached from, like, and I can hear in the background that can be narrated to me, but things that I have to sit and watch that depend on
I'll do that
visuals.
with like Star Wars
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, I could have that playing.
Yep. I know what's going on. I don't need to watch it. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great.
Exactly. I could go, oh, yeah, I like this part. You could catch that one part, then you could go about doing what you're doing and stuff.
So here are a bunch of series that Apple has. Sci-fi. They're all sci-fi. For All Mankind, Foundation, Severance, C, Finch, and Swan Song. Oh, there's more. Dr. Brain and Invasion. These are all original series, I guess, that they have going.
Wow.
So, and it's actually pretty cheap. Like I've got it for 3 months free, but it's only like $5.
Oh, wow.
So while it's not like a lot of stuff, they have minimal content. I think that their content is probably really good. I'm not trying to slam on them just because I'm not watching the stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like not really like, but I actually think it's like I might watch Foundation because it's something I'm aware of and I have a little bit of interest in it. And maybe I'll look into some of these others too because maybe I will like them. I don't really want to be suckered into getting these stupid fucking things. I've got a free trial. I'm going to use the free trial. But they, like I said, they've got some good documentaries, and like here's one maybe on the Velvet Underground. That could be cool too.
I was watching a thing about, what was it? The Sex Pistols?
Yeah. Oh, the show.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty good.
I've heard conflicting things. Some people are just torn up because it's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I get. I struggle with exploitative kinds of things. So like I would probably have a difficult time watching it. I mean, even like growing up watching the movies like Sid and Nancy and whatever else, Great Rock and Roll Swindle and these other things that are just kind of cashing in on the myth and the fame and different stuff. I was like, and so much of these stories are tied with drug abuse also. It's like, I'm not really into glamorizing drug abuse.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you there.
And Sid Vicious was a poster boy for glamorizing drug abuse. And like, oh yeah, I'm self-destructive and I'm stupid and fuck everything. And it's like, okay.
And he was the singer, right?
Bass player.
Bass player.
So the way it was,
the guitar player,
Glenn Matlock.
He's the one that the story is
Glenn
kind
Matlock.
of.
Glenn Matlock. Is it Glenn? Steve Jones. Sorry.
Yeah, because
Steve Jones.
From what I gather, it's more from his perspective.
Steve Jones,
the guitar player.
Okay.
Because he did something else before. Was he trying to be the singer or something like that? Yeah, he was a singer. And then he could sing off stage, but he couldn't sing when they got on stage. He couldn't do it. So I think what it was is that he decided that he wanted to be the guitar player, so he learned the songs, but not good enough, and the band kind of just laughed at him, so he seriously learned the song. But I guess he got onto a bunch of drugs because he was on for like a week or something like that. A week straight, learned all the songs, and then they go, oh, we don't know the songs anyways. Then fucking he just did it, and they were just like going, oh, okay. And then Sid Vicious came in after that.
Sid Vicious came in later, kind of way later.
Mm-hmm.
And was kind of forced on him. It's kind of
but
like...
that's how they made it look. They
Yeah.
made it look like it was kind of...
He was very charismatic and he was a punk, so that thereby a star. He just embodied what they wanted punk to be. His management, basically, Malcolm McLaren. But he wasn't a competent bass player per se. Maybe he was. I don't think so. And he didn't play well, and he was on drugs and fucked off everything. And was the catalyst for the self-destructive culmination of the band. But you can't take any part of this away. It's sad and it's tragic, and this kid had to die for this story to unfold the way that it did. But it's also this great rock and roll story. But it's also it was one of the... So I just took different things away from shit growing up. That wasn't glamorous, and that dumb fuck died because he was just stupid. He just made a lot of bad decisions over and over and over again until he was dead. And his friends and people who loved him and his band had to suffer because of it. And so, and we only got one Sex Pistols record. Now, would they have just got lamer and sucked over time like every band does? Yeah, sure. But maybe we would have got a great record out of it too. We did get that record. We did get a great record out of it. I just do want to say that the one record we get is amazing. It's great. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. Everything about it's great, and it's great for a lot of reasons. And despite a lot of reasons, it is a lot of things people say. It is a lot of people exploiting things and to make it, but it was done well. Its result was good for a lot of reasons. For music, for punk, for a lot of things, it's really good, despite a lot of the bad mechanics involved in it. In thinking about it, while I'm thinking about it, I also had watched something recently about Ozzy and Blizzard of Oz, and I just said about how it would have been great to get more records out of them, but we got this one, and it's great.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And Ozzy always regrets in his career, Ozzy keeps making records because he's never made his Sgt. Pepper, right? But I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. And I say this even more now, is you made Blizzard of Oz, and Blizzard of Oz is fucking amazing.
Yes.
It's sandwiched in between his whole rest of his solo career and his previous career in Black Sabbath, and it's just this great fucking achievement with a lot of really great musicians writing those songs and coming together.
Because Rudy was on that.
Randy.
Yeah, but Rudy Sarzo.
Oh, no, Rudy Sarzo wasn't on it. It was Lee
that?
Kerslake and Bob Daisley was on it. Yeah. Rudy came in after, and so Lee Kerslake and Bob Daisley recorded the shit, right? They wrote and recorded this with Ozzy. And then I don't think they toured with Ozzy. Rudy might have came in to tour, but they might have. I don't know exactly. I know that there is footage of them playing together, though. It's been a long time since I've dredged these memories up, so I can't say for sure. But on the Diary of a Madman tour, for sure, this is Rudy and someone else, right? Playing. I don't remember who's playing. Bob Daisley. Anyway, that's right. Bob Daisley playing drums. So, what am I thinking about? Oh, when Rudy Sarzo came in. I think that Rudy Sarzo was initially live, though. I don't know if Rudy Sarzo even played on Diary of a Madman, but he probably did. Since then, you probably know this, though, but the recordings have been altered and changed so that they've been re-recorded with different people playing it. I don't know if it's Zach or who it is, but it's not. It's no longer. I don't know why I said Zach. It's no longer Bob Daisley and Lee Kirst playing the rhythm section on those old records. It's different people because they didn't want to keep paying them the mechanical royalties or whatever for that performance on the record, I guess.
Yep.
Which is just bullshit. And it's probably hard to track down the original unless you got the old vinyl. That'd be great, huh?
Yeah.
Then you'd have it. We should play songs so we can get this day over with. Play some songs, come back, and end the show. Because I also have to pee, and I'm getting hungry. It's all these things that are
I
happening.
have a pee too.
Okay.
pushed around, battered and bruised, yeah. We so close to the edge. They going for your heart, don't let it get to your head, boy. We ain't got nothing else to lose, no. We've been pushed around, battered and bruised, yeah. We so close to the edge. They going for your heart, don't let it get to your head, boy.
Sometimes in life you don't get what you want. Sometimes you hook up, sometimes you get dropped. We make good connections and sometimes we stall out. Some stay friends for life, other times we fall out. No matter what color you bleed, it's all blood, life is short. So get what you need, it's all love. And if you don't, straight take the lead in your trek, then you can't blame nobody else for your mess. Don't stress, take the elevator to the top. Either way, I guess the point to the shit is don't stop. Don't trip on yourself and get consumed, come unglued, fall apart and break down and start acting like the fool.
We ain't got nothing else to lose, no. We've been pushed around, battered and bruised, yeah. We so close to the edge. They going for your heart, don't let it get to your head, boy. We ain't got nothing else to lose, no. We've been pushed around, battered and bruised, yeah. We so close to the edge. They going for your heart, don't let it get to your head, boy.
Yo, we had enough, we've had enough to snuff a ragamuff. There ain't no time for backing up, the odds are stacking up. Against the wall, our backs are standing, so we out demanding. Respect or else we gon' resort to whooping suckers' asses. You wanna clash, then line them up and you can get your ration. I'm serving up hot plates of action and I work with passion. And I don't need no false reaction when I'm out here snapping. I'm from a time where signs of recognition came from dapping. These motherfuckers really thinking that they out here trapping. That shit ain't popping, not a portion or even a fraction. This sound is massive, we keep it mashing, not even passive. People love it, so peep it, partner, we keep it savage. The only shit that I'm hearing is petty people babbling, saying they ballin' but falling, afraid to be the average. You see the aura around us glowing, they tried to damage. It didn't happen, cause ain't no stopping us when we flexin'.
We ain't got nothing else to lose, no. We've been pushed around, battered and bruised, yeah. We so close to the edge. They going for your heart, don't let it get to your head, boy. We ain't got nothing else to lose, no. We've been pushed around, battered and bruised, yeah. We so close to the edge. They going for your heart, don't let it get to your head, boy.
When the going gets tough, I am a goner, but nobody says much. They don't say anything. Teach me how to say yes to every time and place. When the going gets tough, I am a goner, but nobody says much. They don't say anything. Sadly, such a low light. You won't catch me thinking about the house. Sadly, such a low light. You won't catch me thinking about the house.
second guy was also named Steve. Steve something something Italian.
Uh-huh.
That guy had curly hair and a big nose. But that guy sang like Steve Perry without soul.
Yeah.
Like, he was really technically good. He was really proficient. He hit these fucking places he should be hitting, but there was no
feeling is
no
there.
feeling
Yeah.
in this stuff, man. And like, it sucks for him to have been that good and suck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And it's painfully obvious when Journey as a band kept going without Steve Perry, and they didn't do too well, and then they got an Asian kid, and it wasn't even a kid, but an Asian guy who obviously sang with warmth and soul. Like, and
except he didn't speak a lick of English.
he did speak some English.
Barely though. Yeah.
No, he did speak some. You've seen that documentary, right?
Yeah. And how at first they couldn't talk to him because they had to go through an interpreter.
I think they were talking to him some. I think they talked to him some. I don't think it was all interpreted. I don't know. It's been a while since I saw it. I'd have to watch it again. I just know it was a heartwarming story. Like, because I was talking about this the other day with a friend of mine. So now some will say this isn't Journey, and some will say he doesn't sing as well. But I think that he sings great.
I think he does great.
And like I said, okay, so we have the Journey with Steve Perry, and then this other guy replaced him, and the other guy sang technically proficiently, but he wasn't, and it wasn't Journey.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
Didn't have the soul.
But they were still plugging away his Journey.
Yeah.
Now, then they get this other guy, and it's suddenly a band again. It's suddenly Journey again. Now, all things considered, Journey's had a revolving lineup of members all the way around. At what point is or isn't it Journey? It's Journey when it sounds like Journey. It sounds really good. And
did Neil Schoen write the majority of it? Or am I wrong?
Neil Schoen writes a lot of things, but he doesn't write all of it. Like Jonathan Cain wrote a ton of stuff.
Okay.
And Jonathan Cain wasn't in the band the whole time either. Jonathan Cain came into the band later. Steve Perry wrote a bunch of stuff. I mean, Steve Perry eventually took over the band there in the 80s. Right. But not entirely. Well, entirely at one point. But that's its own story. We got to tell the people what they heard real quick.
Okay.
Before
we'll get back to our Journey talk.
Yeah. It's going to go into Fleetwood Mac a little bit too. Because it's all about what, like, I'll get to it. So, there's a song that's Journey, but that's the next song or one of the next songs. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, so, hi everybody. The songs you heard. Dead Rebel Saints, they did a song called Lost My Way. That was epic. We heard Deluge County doing Goner. That was really good too. Jorge Burns, I'm not going to say everything. Everything that we just played was really fucking great. How about I put it that way? Jorge Burns did We Ain't Got Nothing Else to Lose. That's featuring K-Do, I don't know. Selling Stolen Drugs on Craigslist. That's a song by Saint Hussy. And we heard Genocide by Metamorphosis. Started it all off. So there you go. Fulfilled my obligations as a podcasting DJ. So what we were talking about was a bunch of stuff that led into us talking about Journey and what you just heard us talking about Journey. But, you know, I was talking yesterday maybe or one of these days with a friend of mine about Fleetwood Mac, and Fleetwood Mac had their incarnation of early bluesy rock and roll era with the lineup that they had, and then like one of the key members left and was replaced by a different member, and some would argue, well, it's no longer Fleetwood Mac, and they kind of things changed, but it was still Fleetwood Mac. And then they had all their turmoil and all this stuff, and the band fell apart. There was a point of time where a band with no original members was touring as Fleetwood Mac. The management had just slapped a bunch of people together. One of them had maybe
quite right.
Yeah, but it was no original members, and they were on tour. And then finally, John McVie and Mick Fleetwood put a stop to it, and they got back involved, and they were the core of the group. And then they brought in John's wife, Christine, and a couple other people, and that became Fleetwood Mac for a while. And so that old era of Fleetwood Mac was done, and it was gone, and it was what it was. But now this lineup was Fleetwood Mac. And you know what? They fell apart, and they were in the middle of the 70s, and they were languishing in obscurity for a moment or two.
Yep.
And then in walked these two American kids, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks.
Yep.
And
Lindsey wouldn't go in unless his girlfriend was part of the band.
And boom, they have an amazing run, which is to most people, if you're looking at just the scope of music, the definitive Fleetwood Mac is that lineup of those people. That was 10 or 15 years into them being a band, right? And many of those people have now came and left again. And the band still goes on. So the band becomes a brand, and that's often what happens. And like part of the conversation I was having with this friend of mine was that bands can continue as brands. And is it going to be the same? Maybe, maybe not. You know, what is the band? Like, is it a person? Is it a group of people all at once? Like the chemistry?
I think it's because, like what I said, Quiet Riot. Other than Rudy Sarzo joining up for this tour, before that it was the drummer, but he wasn't the original drummer of Quiet Riot, and that just keeps going. But they were a great band at one time.
I will,
and I think that as long as the songs can be done in good taste, I say go for it. But other than that, I say
there's obviously undeniable chemistry with certain groups of people. Certain people in certain places doing certain things just produce magic. That's undeniable, and it exists. It exists, and it's unexplainable. Like why you take one guy out and put a different guy in, and suddenly it sucks.
Yep.
Like it just sucks. It's not as good. The soul's not there. The feeling's not there because one guy hates each other, or one guy can't play with another one for some reason. They don't have that innate rhythm, that innate feel. There's something just a skosh different, right? And it's intangible. It's nothing you can really put. Sometimes you can put your finger on it, but you can't always, right?
That's kind of what I always loved about Ozzy when it came to after Randy had passed, how he chose great guitar players. I mean, he went to Jakey Lee, and then with Zach. After that, I mean, just one great guitar player after the next, and they're all monsters, monster guitar players. He doesn't get no average guitar players at all. He gets monster guitar players.
And he came from Tony Iommi. Well, is not as flashy. Is just a phenomenal songwriter and very competent player also. So, and I think that this is in no small part due to Sharon, and I think more than anything else due to Sharon and her like just seeing the equity in him. Like you've got like whether she was banging him yet or not, because she came from the Ardens who were like in the music business. Like they knew how to see these people as commodities and their art as commodities and market that. And she saw in him what people saw in Sid Vicious was this perfect fucking icon. This is for rock and roll. This will and Ozzy is and was that. She saw it. She saw it where no one else saw it anymore. And she's like, no, I believe in this shit. And what we do is we get you the best fucking guitar player there is. And if we do that, then you'll be that god. Like you can be like, and she was really good. Like so much of like his career was PR stunts. They were sometimes very real, but they were also publicized to the utmost. It's like, oh, he snorted ants, he bit the head off of a bat or a dove, or did these things.
Pissed on the Alamo.
Like, make sure that they hear about it. Let's make sure that in Hit Parader, it's in Hit Parader for the next 16 months straight that someone's talking about this shit.
Oh, yeah, she's going in for a major back surgery that they're saying that this will define the rest of his career.
Yeah.
So it's either going to work and he's going to be able to make somewhat of a comeback, for a little bit, maybe a tour, maybe two, or it could just be that he's done.
Well, he's very
old. But
I
think he would do some studio stuff.
Yeah. He's very old. Like, and like he's got nothing to prove except for to his kind of addled brain You know, he might have something to prove. But like, he's fine. Now, he can do whatever he wants, but like, his stuff's hit and miss with me. Mostly miss. Sometimes it's really good. Like, I think the Black Rain album was the last one I really listened to any of. There's good stuff on there. And Zakk Wylde's a great guitar player. Ozzy writes good songs.
Yep.
He does. When he writes this stuff.
Yeah.
And the people that he writes with, that he gets in his bands, they're always good and competent writers. Like Shot in the Dark was written by the bass player in that band. I forget his name now, but I can see his big hair in the video.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But yeah, like these are also things that he recognizes, is that the people are competent players, competent songwriters, and he utilizes that to good effect. Not in a really exploitive way. Like they're hired and they know what they're in for. Everyone seems to know why they're with Ozzy, and they're with Ozzy for a good reason. Like dude, that lineup that he had with Zach and the bass player from is it the guy who's in Metallica now? And
Rudy Trujillo.
Yeah, and the drummer from Faith No More. Like, that was a fucking phenomenal band, man. It was so good. That's who it was, right? The bass player?
I believe so, yeah.
Fuck, they were great. Anyway,
because he was in Suicidal too, right?
I don't remember.
You're talking about the current bass player. Yeah, he was in Suicidal Tendencies too.
Don't remember.
Which I thought I recognized him when he was playing with Metallica. I was like, how do I know this guy? Then I saw some, and then because he'll do that squat thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does that strike a bell with me? And then I remember, it's fucking Suicidal, because I've seen them a couple times with him. So yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Sweet. I saw them, that lineup Ozzy play on. Might have been the Black Rain tour, because I think that was the I've only saw Ozzy a couple of times, and that was one of those.
But didn't Ozzy have Zakk Wylde and then go to somebody else and then back to Zakk Wylde?
He might have.
I'm trying to remember who was playing guitar with them in between then.
I don't know.
There's only ones I can remember: Randy, Jakey Lee, and then Zakk Wylde.
Yeah, Brad Gillis played on Never Say Die. Brad Gillis from Night Ranger, but he wasn't like his for real guitar player.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. We don't know, guys.
We don't know.
But it's time for us to wrap it up.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. And we'll make sure it's not quite as long as the stretch.
Yeah. We'll be back next week.
We're back in the flow of things, and it may be balancing and stuff, but we'll get back in the flow of things and giving you more content, more music that you love.
That's right. You can find us on all these major platforms, and you can like and subscribe and share and go to our YouTube page and do all those things, and we appreciate it. Yep. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Support your local music and buy their shit.
Yep.
Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you care. Just keep leaving scratches on my back and say my name when I pull your hair. Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Real love's hard to find. Some hearts come with a price tag. Mine comes with a warning. Would you still be mine?
Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Real love's hard to find. Some hearts come with a price tag. Mine comes with a warning. Would you still be mine? I told her save the conversation for the phone. Right now I only want to hear you moaning. It might not be mine in the moment, but for the moment I own it. Condolences to your ovaries. I'ma make it hard as hell for you to get over me. I think I fell in love when she reached up and started choking me. A lot of niggas drown trying to swim in these open seas, but the stroke is deep, just like the poetry. And it's been a long time since I met a woman dope as me. I'm trying to match your energy, so fuck me like your enemy. Just make sure you remember me. Whiskey bottles, bite marks, and empathy.
Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you care. Just keep leaving scratches on my back and say my name when I pull your hair. Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Real love's hard to find. Some hearts come with a price tag. Mine comes with a warning. Would you still be mine?
Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Real love's hard to find. Some hearts come with a price tag. Mine comes with a warning. Would you still be mine?
I'm starting to feel that you can't hang, you can't hang. The way you draw me in and push away, push away.
I know you got walls built so you feel safe, but you can let them fall like the skin tight denim around your waist. Leave your inhibitions at the door, your indiscretion on the floor. Tomorrow isn't promised, but I promise you'll be one more. I like the way you match my energy, cause now you fuck me like your enemy. Just make sure you remember me. Whiskey bottles, bite marks, and empathy.
Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you care. Just keep leaving scratches on my back and say my name when I pull your hair. Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Real love's hard to find. Some hearts come with a price tag. Mine comes with a warning. Would you still be mine?
Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Real love's hard to find. Some hearts come with a price tag. Mine comes with a warning. Would you still be mine?
Would you still be mine in the morning? Mine in the morning.
Just clear the world is off. The born minutes and it's living last so long. City's all dead, the searching for God. The being demons in the sevens with the endless bomb. Bomb into the team of the bomb of Vietnam. The fire power, the atomic bomb. The coldest in the night when they didn't know. So the people didn't know what was going on. Heavenly shelter, pray for the dead. Till the last drop over there. Where it's all clear, they all came out, but there was up the blood all around.
Your rhymes is garbage and far from hard shit. I wear my cap low when I'm fucking like Mr. Marcus. I let the gap blow, this pretty boy, he stay on target. Write my rap flow like I was hungry and starving. Dissing fast hoes with the charm and his jargon. My pardon, anything I've ever been a part in. Sabotage your random guards, they got your fucking marksman. Ram your dodging camouflage, they thought we was parking. So easy when we infiltrate, these humans are a simple race. Snotty nose and pimple face, we body those like rental jakes. We ain't a friend of snakes, no G you won't see. When I'm approaching and poaching anyone who owed me. So quote me, I'm as ill as it get. I can rip a whole set before I take a first breath. Words correct, sure as death, bound by honor the best. Herbs get checked, not impressed, steady rocking with vets. Confident, dominant, bombing man on every continent. The microphone, Jordan, and that motherfucker John again. Everybody commenting, when are they gonna rock again? Bound by honor, never left, we vital as the oxygen.
Atrocious iniquity, infernal imagery. An enterprising style that's live, conveying energy. The pen of be expressing the memories over centuries. I tack paper up on the walls, conduct symphonies and wave ink batons as I make my songs that spray verbals on paper from dusk till dawn. Experimenting, bombing bodies, I say fuck karate and choke fools out with black belts for acting gaudy. I got clearance to the asylum and John caught flight. Got him a beat to write and he beasted Mike. I said sick him and he lit him up to shed some light. We flip flows with botulinum flapjacks to bite. Life's a bitch, I say fuck it, God shit's a cinch. My psychiatrist pulled me out the fucking ditch with a winch. Readmitted me illegally, the snitch will be lynched when I'm acquitted for the shit with no evidence to commit.
Confident, dominant, bombing man on every continent. The microphone, Jordan, and that motherfucker John again. Everybody commenting, when are they gonna rock again? Bound by honor, never left, we vital as the oxygen.
Get a polished, I'm polished and flawless. Plus my 2 feet swinging, leaving fucking jawless.
Who wants this? I'm pompous, I stop kids. Bound by honor, raw shit. Rest of you lost it. We toxic, talk shit, get your top split. You pop cigs, I'm a fire a rocket. I make the fucking Northwest hot as the tropics. My logic is flawless, open your optics. Abracadabra, your job will get shattered. We splatter the rubber, Big John is your master. Crooked like capture. Anybody try and run my gillies to pass ya. Just a failed villain with changing minds like a roof in my tie. Confident, dominant, bombing man on every continent. The microphone Jordan and that motherfucker John again. Everybody commenting when are they gonna rock again. Bound by God and never left, we vital as the oxygen.
category of my lyrics designate my b-boy style. In prescription condition to motivate a party wild. Systematic of my cut, rated death and classified. Busters move, I'll approve, case the rock technified. Advancing programs are publicated to rap. My performance penetrates to crush the suckers' backs. I'll abolish, destroy any wacky boy. To the finish, I'll diminish show my victory joy. I'm a hornet, still MC, my specification skill. Qualification regulations definitely for real. Executive executor, administrator like a port. I got a high IQ and my intelligence showing. Mount an amplitude on my jam, hardcore, my proportion. Extortion makes you wanna hear more. Compare me to the death, my constellation will crush. When I'm crucifying the mic, you MCs better hush. Cause my creation's created to chiropractic degree. My status is elevated to dominated dignity. Supreme songwriter, supernatural reciter. Insubstantially mobility like a suicide fighter. Dispersed with experience is what I am. You know I'm deaf, classify that as a deaf jam. Classify as a deaf jam. Classify as a deaf jam. Classify. This demonstrations is evidence that my cutter jam death. Consequent my circumstances segregates from the rest. Cause I'm a gangster to the bone, originate on my own. Dominate the microphone in the Def Jam zone. Organic opposition, undisputed competition. It's all I encounter, invented Def Jam repetitions. Oral lyrics, I am verse, my rhymes are rehearsed. Some MCs better reverse, cause the style is the worst. Antagonize, I crucify, by my style you see why. A genius calculating the Def Jam, I specify. Just compose, disregard, don't you try and neglect. Ignore me if you want to, but you know I'm that. Cause I rate extremely high, determined to aberrate. In current sensuality, subordinate. Fantasizes as a fraction, don't you ever forget. Congratulate me and compose me as being fortunate. Evaluate, just charge a seat, stabilize on my beat. My rap is no crap, I express it unique. I'm like Hercules, my strength and the muscularity too strong. Athletic and calisthenic, but manpower, the microphone. Effectiveness, how I stand, assertiveness as I am. Get busy, classify that as a Def Jam. Classify, classify as a Def Jam. Classify, so classify as a Def Jam. Classify as a Def Jam. My distance vast dedication, diabolically deaf. First class and I'm legit, I kinda fit like a rep. Cause I'm Def Jam material, hard like plaster roll. Texas tremendous, not faking artificial. Significant in progressment, resting to the top. I spring and have it sprung like a booyah rhyme. Cause my observes a luxury rhyme. My rhymes are jeopardized, calculate, concentrate like I'm computerized. I'm human, I confess, I camouflage like the rest. Classified as the best in the whole West. Cryptography and designated words I relate. Antonyms and synonyms, perfected first like a great. Elevation escalates, I sit taller than a mountain. Track that always acted at my parties, you'll be shouting till you're rating, mobilizing. MCs cause you on wax. Tolerate you, but you whack and bust you up in one track. Control the supervisor of these lyrics I make. A deaf instructor when I'm straight. You know the mix I legislate. Classify and nominate me for a Def Jam song. The misconsumption is wrong. My impact is strong. I'm fatal. I'm vital to the beat. I'm plasmatic. My style is automatic. When I'm breaking, there's no stack. I get ill. I chill. I'm just a one-man band. Get busy. Classify that as a Def Jam. Classify. DJ Freeze. Scratch. Classify as a Def Jam. Classify. Get with it, boy. Get with it, boy. I'm overconfident, predicting my style is high rank. Get an A on my composition, realizing you can't. Comprehending, positively transportating my word. Just wouldn't like an operator. My word is heard. Electrifying, exciting. Back with ammunition, I'll evoke you. Provoke you like a day's intoxication. Separate, segregate me from the suckers I hate. Cause Def Jam is how I rate. When I break, I eliminate. Sensational B-boy, I'm overpowering you all. Preventing my fall. Get your ass off the wall. I prohibit you to ill. Console me anymore. Welcome to the floor. I can scratch your core. DJ MC, united all together. Amazing on the wheels of steel and rougher, tougher than leather. Operate, manipulate the wheels of steel with skill. Rock the mic, scratch it tight. Cause I never ill. Fundamentally fulfill you. Classify me as hard. My professionalism rated just like a star. Like salt and pepper. Run DMC. This is MC Fuji P. I'm better known as J Freeze. Assassinator, killer, slayer. Understand what I'm saying? Get back with me. Classify this as a Def Jam. Classify it. You know I'm hard, boy. Classify Classified as a dev chin. Classified one-man band, me, J Free, MC Poochie P. Classify it as a dev chin.
Just thinking back to those days we had it all. So it seemed we were the ones you wanted to be. We were the ones you wanted to be. Just looking back. Seasons will change, but I'll stay the same. Gonna rearrange the American dream, while the man on the moon above just chills as he lights my way. Just look my way.